Always takes like a minute though to like propagate to the I think to Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, let's see if I don't know how long it takes before my channel picks up your channel.
Oh yeah, that too. I don't know.
So normally I go on a little bit early, like a minute early, and turn on the scene, about to start scene or whatever it's called.
Okay. So I've got you. I can drag that.
Talk about the blind leading the blind. You've been doing this for how many days? What day are you on now? You halfway there yet?
42, I think, today. 42 or 43.
Oh, I hope 42, because that's the answer to life, universe, and everything.
Yeah. Good. You know, I've never read that book. Like only parts of it, but I saw the movie.
I've never watched the movie. You know, I had so many people reference that book that as enlightening, right? And so when I got the book, actually I got it on audio, and I was going to listen to it on the way. Me and the boys were traveling someplace, right?
Right.
I was expecting something philosophical. I didn't realize it was just a comedy. So I rather enjoyed it, and I was happy. I'm like, oh, so these people weren't being serious. But the best part of the whole thing is when they're about to be cast out into space to their sudden death, and the guy looks over and goes, "Oh, look, there's a button." Just messing with you.
Yeah.
When they get saved by the improbability drive or whatever the heck, because that was the most probable thing on the planet or something.
Yeah. That was funny. What's the name of the author again? Do you remember that?
Yes, I actually have all of the books now, but of course you asked me, and now I can't.
Isn't he like the same guy that wrote Coraline and what are the others? Like he's a really big famous author.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Well, he has that series has a ton of them. Okay, so why can't I remember his name? Oh, yeah, there you go. That's why you can't remember anybody, because you can always look him up in 2 seconds. Douglas Adams.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has all that. Let's see what other Doctor Who.
Let me see. Share screen.
And would be one.
Okay, that's not bad. So, is the Twitch stream showing up now?
It's not showing up on my stream, which is a little bit disappointing. So let me make sure it's showing up on your stream. I'm supposed to be broadcasting you, right? All you do is put that in.
Yeah, usually. And you know, we had played with that the other day, and I don't know what you did, but I finally saw you as hosting me automatically. But
it shows you live on your stream.
Okay, good.
But when I go to my stream, it should show you live there too, but it doesn't. And I know you're in there.
It's weird, eh? I don't know why it.
So you're gonna miss out on all my followers.
Well, it's okay. I'm sure the channel will survive. All right. Well, shall we do this?
Yeah. Okay. So I see myself kinda. Looks like I'm stuck. Oh, it's just lag.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking and you're seeing my ear, I'm actually looking at the other screen to try to see what's going on the Twitch thing.
Right. I guess it's not. Yeah. It's probably not in sync, right, with your what? Yeah. Like the video of you is not in sync with the voice.
Well, it's the Twitch. The Twitch is like, what, 10 seconds lag? So you and I can hear each other fine, and we can code share fine, but if you look at the video, it'll just screw us up, confuse us.
All right.
So that's fine. All right, so I can see myself, although I don't hear anything. Maybe because I have us muted. Let's see.
Well, you probably, yeah, there's going to be
Yep, there you
feedback though
go.
if you,
No, I just turned it on a little bit just to make sure that it's all coming through, and it
okay.
is. So we're good.
All right.
We're good.
Cool.
I can move that out of the way because we don't need it. It's not streaming on mine. I have no idea why. Because Twitch doesn't work, is my guess.
And you're sure, like, if you go in the settings that you do have me in that, you have my channel in that auto host list?
I do.
Huh, that is weird. Yeah.
So it should just go to my channel, right? Twitch.tv,
Yeah,
the freeze team.
normally it would be doing that automatically. Yeah. Like if I look at,
Yeah.
let's see. Do, 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 do. Let's go to,
Development in the opening is like don't move.
I think this here. See, no one's hosting me right now, and I'm only seeing Ardalis as auto hosting me. He's probably not hosting me right now because he's hosting someone else. I don't know. It's really weird. You had
So
done
you go to
something and I was seeing
settings.
you here at some point, but then it went away.
I don't know what the heck they have the problem with me hosting you. All right, so
Channel.
then you scroll down, you go to host list,
Yeah.
and I have Snowfrog Dev in there, and I've moved you up to the top.
Okay, do you have more than one?
I do,
Okay,
but
and
you
do you
can pick
have
the order.
yeah, but you might have it set up that it hosts channels. Hosting priority might be on random instead of the order.
By order, they appear in the list, and
Right.
nobody else is hosting right now anyway.
Right.
So
What else do we have? Host pre-recorded videos, host team channels, auto host channels. You have that turned on?
where do you see
Just
that auto?
one,
Oh
two.
yeah, yep, that's on. Automatically host channels from your host list when you're offline.
Oh, you might not be offline. You might not be offline.
Well, when they mean offline, they surely don't mean whether I'm
Well,
in the app, right? I mean,
give it a try. We'll see. Like, or there might be.
it should mean when I'm not streaming.
Yeah, look.
right?
Okay, here. If you go, you click on your little icon up in the right corner. You can't see it because I've got my face there, but
Yeah,
the very
yeah,
up,
I see it.
there's like a little
Yeah.
toggle online. Try putting that to offline. So you're still in the app, but you'll be showing as offline. And that might do it.
Well, that's just dumb.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. I agree.
Well, I mean, I don't care if
Yeah,
I'm online.
that worked. It worked. I see you as hosting me.
Oh, that's crazy.
I still
That's
don't show you
crazy.
as auto hosting me though in the auto hosts list. I don't know what that's. Whatever. Who cares? Who
Okay, so as soon as I
cares?
do that, now I go to my channel and it says hosting Snowfrog Dev.
Yeah. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, so I think that's broken, right? Shouldn't it? I mean, should it be? If I'm a Twitch person, I'm going to say it's not. I want to auto host when I'm not live,
Yeah.
not when I'm not online.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, technically, I'm online right now, right? So I mean,
Yeah. And you want to use Twitch. It's kind of weird. I don't know
yeah,
why.
it's a little weird.
Whatever.
All right, so
Let's do some
drive this
puzzles.
baby.
Okay, so let's just take a quick look at the puzzle description. Your goal is you're given two positive integers, n and m. Your objective is to rearrange the digits in m to get the closest possible number to n. The distance between two numbers is the absolute value of their difference. Each digit must be used exactly once, hence the solution is a permutation of the digits in M. Right, okay. That's a pretty simple one. In
Okay.
terms of input, we're just getting N and M.
And we
And
just
what
they're
does it say?
strings, right? And in we don't change. We just shuffle the digits in m
That's
so that the
correct.
difference
Yeah,
between n and m is the smallest number we can get.
yeah. And N and M never start with 0. Okay, so there's no 0 padding, I guess. It doesn't say that we can't. Yeah, okay, I think that's a rule. No, that's the input. Can we output something that has, like, zeros at the beginning? If there are two optimal
Uh,
solutions, if the solution
How do I
has
find the
leading
test
zeros.
cases
Okay.
on?
If the solution has leading zeros, they must be omitted. So we can just drop the zeros.
Okay, so yours says on your coding game screen, it shows you the beginning. I have to click solve it then, don't I? If I'm logged in as myself, I have to click solve it in order to get to the
Yeah, to the same.
test cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that. All right, so let's look at the first test case.
Oh, I might
If
have
I click-
to move you around a little bit here.
I
Let's
click that. All right, so 947543841, and it wants an 8431.
Yeah, how do you do? So how do you understand the in the output section there? It says if the solution has leading zeros, they must be omitted. I'm understanding that as meaning that we can just drop zeros if we want to.
No, I'm saying it's trim zeros off the front, so there are no zeros on it.
Right.
There might be zeros in the thing, but they have to be thrown away.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So let me let's move you here. I'll set
And
up
our
our
max is 10 to the 1000. Okay.
huge. I don't think my computer can handle that.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm just saying. M has fewer digits. Okay.
As a number, it probably cannot, but as a string, why not? Right.
Right. Okay, so let's just do this properly. This is closest number. And what's the test case? That's what I usually do for coding game. I just use their test cases to drive the puzzle solving. What do you think about that?
I think that's an excellent idea
Okay.
because a lot of times you get you get a little bit confused as to what the question's asking, right? And looking at the sample data often tells you what they're trying to do better than just reading the problem. So the other day, what was it? The one we were trying to solve, the M and N, similar kind of thing. The one was supposed to be maximize A. It was A and B. Maximize A had to be less than
Oh
B.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was listening to you and I didn't read the problem. And I think you said maximize B.
Right? That's what I was doing though. That's how I was minimizing A. The way I was minimizing A is I was first kind of maximizing B, or at least seeing what's the maximum I could be, because that informed me on how small, at least in digit space, how small A could be, what I could work with there. That was kind of my thinking. It worked. That's what I did in the end.
You saw my solution as well, right? But I end up at the end. I'm like, why doesn't this work? This is the minimum A and the maximum B. And then I read the problem. It's like, well, it's not supposed to be the maximum B. I was even flipping all the digits and running them backwards, right? And I'm like, why isn't that right? And then I read the problem. So had I looked at the test cases first, I would have probably figured that out. That maybe.
Oh.
All right. So you're copying each test case in, or you're going to just drive. We're going to do one at a time.
Yeah, just one at a time. And let's see here. That's already been set up. So you don't see which screen I'm on, do you? Like which file I'm working in? Do you see that when you?
If I can follow you.
Oh, okay.
Somehow, in live share.
Oh yeah, you're right. Let's see.
The terminal. Let's see. There's a window or something for live share.
If I do recent participants, right click on my name under participants in the live share screen. The live share. What do you call that window? I guess.
Extension has a live share thing somewhere, right? I don't see it.
Oh, there's on the
Oh,
left.
There it is.
Yeah.
I found it. I have the directory up.
Cool.
I think I am following you right now.
Okay. So what are we going to call that? We're probably just going to use a function for this. I don't think we need a class, although you're more used to. No, you've worked in TypeScript before, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
all
okay.
of Little Caesars,
And-
all Little
oh, yeah,
Caesars.
that's right, you did some
front end is
front-end
React
stuff, yeah.
written in TypeScript.
Okay. So let's
Ryan's
see.
watching the Twitch right now. He's going, "Yeah, I was in TypeScript." Heck, comment.
Expected equals whatever we're going to call this function. So let's call it find number. Find number, or find closest number. There.
Okay,
Find
so
closest
the
number.
follow isn't working with the hoot.
Input.
the
Oh, it's
moment,
it's
but-
not working? No?
And I'm getting service not available inside the popping up down here on the terminal.
Oh, did you somehow drop or something? Or
Unable to read data from the transport connection. The connection attempt failed because the connected party did not properly respond after a period of time or established connection.
what?
That's in your. Do you see that in your terminal?
Hold on. Let me just move you out of the way. I don't see. Let's see. No, I don't see any of that. Problems. Cannot name. No. I don't see any of that. Hold on. Here, maybe. What is that?
It was in your terminal right below where it says running closest number source main.test.test. It's underneath that for me. So that's interesting. And let's see, what do you have on your main? Can you see me in here? Am I typing something?
Hold on.
Hello?
In main. Let me see. Yep. Yep. It works.
Okay, that works. So why can't I follow you? I just click on your name inside the LiveShare thing, right?
Right click, and then there's a
Right click says invite by email, and that says contents.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Contact.
It's in the session
I need to be in
details.
session
Yeah.
details. Session details is blank as blank can be.
Really? There's no participants.
Focus participants. Focus request. It's trying to tell you to focus on me. Leave collaboration
I
session.
think we're following each other by default. Or
Yeah,
maybe
but I don't
it's-
even see
Oh,
you.
follow to the side. I don't. You don't see my cursor? Like if I type stuff, you don't see.
I do, but
Oh.
if you switch between main to test.test, TS,
Then you
it
don't.
doesn't switch my
Mhm.
window for me.
Right.
Okay, so
Oh, it did for
just
me.
have to,
I mean, for.
are you
like-
following me?
Yeah, I'm following you. Oh, probably because you can't have. Like only one person can kind of
No.
lead.
You
You
can both do around whatever you want, and then each person can independently click on and follow. At least
Oh.
on the Visual Studio,
You
that's
need-
the way it was in this too before.
You need to follow to the side if you want to. I think.
Here, see my session details. Alt print screen. I'll throw this in our Slack channel. Maybe. Alt print screen, please. Oh yes, copy to clipboard. I installed this screen capture
Okay.
app.
Why don't you just use the native? You're on Windows 10, right?
Yeah.
I find it
have
works
a
really well.
Which one? The
You
snip?
just Shift Windows key S. Boom. You get the. You get to even select which part of the screen you want to have copied to the clipboard.
Yeah, I've used that. I also use Jing, which is people that make Snagit. TechSmith makes that, and the screenshot one is the Windows one won't let you draw arrows on it though, will it? I don't
Yeah,
think.
it will.
It will?
It will. Yeah, it'll let you draw whatever you want. Okay, so I see it now. So it's a problem with the terminal.
Yeah. Well, also you see the session details that are blank as my head.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I can't follow you because I can't find you. It's like, well, where the heck is he?
That's
Okay.
weird.
So anyway, other than that,
it seems
is
to
working.
work. Okay, so
so let's get through the problem then.
Okay.
We'll screw around all day trying to do this.
all right.
All right. So now we have to think, right? So I've got a number that doesn't change.
My first thought is, did I set up the test? I did. Okay. Well, let's first. Let's see. I'll just set up the function.
So according to our nice little book that we've got, we both have, I think, Cracking the Coding Interview.
Oh no, I don't have that.
Oh, can you see the size of that thing?
It's huge.
Wait, where am I? I don't know which camera. Which camera am I even on? This one, right?
Yeah, the side
Yeah.
one.
But anyway, it's like 500 pages long. Nope, I lied. It's like 700 pages long. Yeah. But anyway, talking through the algorithm is what they recommend you do first before you actually start writing any code. So you try to talk through how you think you're going
Sure.
to solve it.
Let's do
And of course, she's trying to train you on how to do it for.
an interview.
Yeah.
Works with me.
Left to right.
So I'm thinking that the first thing we probably want to do is store how many digits are in our. Which one are we trying to? Which one are we
Just the
allowed
right
to?
one.
Yeah, it's the right one. So we should probably find out how many digits we have in the n, in the left one. Because
Yep.
if there's more than what we have to work with, then it's really easy. It's just a matter of like arranging the numbers in our n or m, whatever, the one we're actually working with, to be the biggest number possible, right?
So the output's going to be whichever one's the biggest length, right? So our array length is going to be equal to the max of the length of the two.
Yeah. Well, to tell you
Right.
the truth, like what I would normally do right now, because I usually try to do it TDE style. So
Right.
now, I wouldn't bother too much, and I would just do.
Well, let's just fail the test first. Return 6.
Yeah,
or
well, I know
something.
it's failing because it's not even transpiling. So that's what I was doing. I was first just making sure that we were actually, here we go. Let's do M and N, right? Is it? Which one is? Why did they name them M and N? How is that not confusing?
What would have been wrong with X and Y? I have
Yeah,
no idea.
or I don't know. Okay, N is the one we're trying to match. No, yes. Two positive,
Yes.
N and M. Yeah, okay. So let's keep the same order. So
They're not even in alpha. They give them to
I
you in
know
reverse
it's
alphabetical
like
order.
no. So N and M, they're both gonna be no, let's deal with them in strings.
Yeah,
Because
we
we're
probably
gonna-
just leave them string.
Yeah, strings. Oh, actually, sorry. We can't do that. I'm going to just use the input, and we'll do that inside this thing here.
Are you going to create a class that holds your solution? I think that's how you normally do it, isn't it?
Nah. No, when it's like that, I usually just use a function.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be that complicated, but we can always refer.
We
to
always
it
say
as-
that 3
It's
hours
true.
later.
So true. So true. What do you think of this? Like they already split it up for us into two different. I guess we might as well use that. What do you think? They already split it
Yeah.
up, so we'll just pass that to our function.
Just
Shall we
fill
do
in the
that? Yes,
space.
so we'll do N, I think was the first one, which is going to be a string, and M is also a string. Okay, then let me just get back here. We'll do the same thing. N is just going to be this one, and M is going to be this one. Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
And expected to be actual. All right, now we run this. won't be seeing that since the terminal is not hooked up, but it fails. Surprise, surprise. Closest number M has few digits.
So your function there, is it supposed to return a value?
It's
I think it should.
supposed to return a string, so we can do that explicitly, and then just return what we're actually expecting, and move on to
And
the
then
next case.
console log the result on here, right?
We'll just call it straight in the. Yeah, we'll just call it straight in here. So there should be a string, and we'll find closest number, pass in the N, pass in the M, and then, yep, let's run the tests.
Now, TDD style will work great when somebody has test cases already written for you. They've basically solved the problem for you by test cases. That makes TDD work great. In reality, it's a waste of time to return the 8431, except for the fact that I do the similar thing. I run them all just to make sure that I'm compiling in my test run, right?
Right.
All right, so I can't see it on my terminal's broken.
So you don't see any of that, eh? That's too bad.
I have the Twitch stream running in the middle, so that's fine. I can look at your screen from the Twitch. I'm a little laggy, but
okay, it's because I'm
not
not exporting the function, so it's there we go. Let's run that again. And we're still failing. Oh, right. I forgot about that. The test, it really doesn't like the read line thing. So how did I fix that in the end? Oh, I remember. Here's what we have to do.
So you've got TypeScript happy by just using the declare in it, but jest is running in the background.
So what we have to do is actually write our function in a separate file, which we're going to call the find closest.
So this is why I thought you always created a class with a solution or something. It was really just to make jest happy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I mean just for organization, because the solution can be pretty big. It's easier to have it somewhere else. But okay, so let's move that in there. Okay. We're exporting it here. We have to import it into main for when we'll be running it on Coding Game, so that's taken care of. Let's change the name of our test files that it matches closest number. Okay, that's good. And oh, it usually updates the oh, I guess not when you're changing the, okay, that's, there we go. And I think now it should work. I'm running it. Okay, good. Hold on. 2. How do I have 2? Which one?
Yeah, the main
Oh,
main.ts.
Sorry, and it's because I've got another test I forgot to skip on another folder. Because remember the test
you're running
runs
at the
over
top.
the entire repo. So which one is it? Array 2D test. Yeah, okay. I'll just X that out.
The dog a pill.
Alexa's reminding me to give the dog a pill. Alexa, stop.
No, if I run it,
Alexa,
I should only
stop.
have the one passing, the one sweet. Yeah, no, it's still running it. What the herc?
Okay, so you add an X in front, right? You said makes a skip on that.
Oh, do I have to do all of them? Oh, no, okay, I see what I did. Just give me a sec. I thought I was at the top, but I screwed up something.
Okay, now I see it.
Okay, there we go. Run it again. Now I should have only the one test suite. Yeah, okay, so we're good. All set up. So I guess you're seeing that with a little bit of lag, right?
I like the comment though. Complexity is 44. Bloody hell.
That's pretty
Okay,
funny.
so on the other screen, I see you're passing them now, and the trick was it just doesn't like the declare.
Yeah,
It-
that's right.
Best part doesn't like the declare,
That's right.
so it just basically blows up on its compile.
That's right. So just for just to make sure that we've got everything hooked up properly, we can run the actual test case on Coding Game, and that should pass. Yeah, great. Okay, good. So now I would add the next test case.
Wait a minute. How did you run it on Coding Game?
Haha.
You have it.
Wouldn't you like
integrated?
to know? Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. You can
So you don't copy your solution
Nope.
over.
look at this here. Do you see how much of a
Oh,
delay
yeah.
is there with the Twitch stream?
Second and a half or so. Not too
Okay.
bad.
Okay, so see here in settings, you've got use an external code editor.
Right.
This will require to get a Chrome extension.
Do I have to plug in?
a
Somebody
Chrome-
else is calling me on Skype.
Yeah. It'll require
Spam.
you to have a Chrome extension or, a Chrome extension or Chrome app, whatever. And once you have that, then you're able to basically sync the Coding Game engine or whatever to an external file, a local file on your machine. So let me just
okay.
show you the process here really quickly. So I turn that on. This will pop up. You get to choose your file. I already have the right file in our project. Then you go upload from local file to Coding Game, and then it's syncing. Just minimize that and you're in business. And this will always update with whatever's in that file.
Oh, okay. Nice feature.
Yeah, that's pretty
Not
cool.
as nice. Not quite as nice as Exorcism.io though. Exorcism.io, I think, simulates.
Well, Exorcism
Pretty
IO,
much-
it's got just gives you the test cases already done for you, and you work on your machine, then you upload your
Yeah.
whenever you're
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Much
true.
more like it's a real world work environment where you just do
True.
everything local and then you commit pretty much.
True. All right.
Okay.
that's the
So
next
we
one.
passed the first test. Yay, which proves nothing, right?
Exactly.
But amazing you say that. But how long did it take us to get everything working?
Well, yeah, it got us to have everything wired, I guess, right? Okay,
Yeah, so it was-
so next test case, just copy that over. And what do they name this thing? They name it exact
M has
solution.
more digits.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, sorry, I was skipping one. My bad. M has more digits is what they're naming this.
Yeah, this is after you figured out how to get the first one right. This is the one that's saying you need to
Oh, you.
do a max.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm not the only one typing in here. It has more digits, yeah, isn't it? Yeah. No, it has fewer
Yeah.
digits.
M
No, it
has more digits.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I was just confused there for a second. And this is the input. Which I have to split up, right? Are you like entering the other ones?
I'm entering the next one just to test this live coding. Watch it all fall apart. Why not,
I
right?
get
Let's see
real
what the heck.
confused.
Yeah, people are like, man, that guy's pretty cool. He can type with both hands. He's got two cursors. The left types one and the right types the other.
Okay, and let's see. I need the output. That's the output. Okay. I will skip your test though. Just,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so do we have everything hooked up properly? I believe we do. 2752, that's right. Okay, so technically, when I run the test, it should fail. And it does. Okay,
Okay, good. So
let's do some real,
it
some
tells us
real
it tells us
programming.
negative thing. All right. So now let's go back. Let's solve the first one. Actually, looks like a better problem than solving the second one, right? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. They're both about the same. Yeah, both about the same. Which one do you want to mentally walk through?
Let's use the like the easiest one, the first one. I would think it's the best one.
Okay.
And yeah, my first thought is to, like I was saying, let's just look at n. And the minute we realize that it has more digits than m, then it's really just a matter of making the biggest number with m, and we're done.
So does the distinction between the two matter? I mean, you said if once we realize this is, so let's say that, let's look at the second one. It is bigger, that the other side's bigger.
Then it's a matter of making the smallest possible number. So those are the two first, I think, obvious things that we would need to do with our algorithm. Look at the amount of digits. It's bigger than what we can possibly do. Like it's got 6 digits on the left side. We only have 4 to deal with. Well, let's just throw out the biggest number, and that's it. We're done. If it's the opposite, then let's throw out the smallest possible number, and we're done. The problem's going to be more complex when we get an m and an m that have the same amount of digit slots. You know what I mean? Then we're going to have to do a bit more. I don't know how we're going to do this, but let's start with the easy stuff, I would think.
But okay, so can we make it? Can we make that the same? So it's 1,000. It's going to be 1,000. It's a string of 1,000 characters long. So we're not going to operate in. What that tells me is I'm not going to operate as a number, right?
Right.
I'm going to operate. Yeah. I'm going to do the math as strings.
Yep.
So if I zero pad the shortest one, then they're always the same length, right?
Yeah.
And then my algorithm, I think, is the same no matter what.
Okay.
No matter what I do.
Yeah. Sure.
Right. So I may have to zero pad. So the answer is going to be the length of the answer is going to be the length of the right number, right? So I'm going to push things over to that guy, pop them in there, right, left to right. I'm going to fill them. I'm assuming left to right makes the most sense to me, because it got to be the closest, and the most significant digits are on the left. So we're going to go left to right, I think. And if my m has more digits, like test case 2, then I'm going to zero pad. I'm going to zero pad in. I think if that's the case, then I think you solve. We can go left to right and solve it, I think. So the first question variable I want to do is I want to get length, right?
All right, let me.
And then this is JavaScript, so we just use an array basically for everything.
Well, it's already.
They already have us arrays, n and m.
So you want to find the length of n, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to compare the length of the n and length of m.
Right, which was, yeah. Okay. So, and you want to store that? You want to store the difference, or you want to store each length, or what do you want to do? How do you want to do this?
All I care about is if m is greater than n, then zero fill in, so
Gotcha.
that they're the same.
Gotcha. So if m dot length is great, no, n, right? They even sound the same over there.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like F and S, or it's like.
Yeah.
Okay, so if n,
X and Y, pretty hard to confuse.
yeah, so if
Nancy.
length is
Okay. No,
yeah
November.
November,
Mike.
Mike. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Our
Length.
official call letters.
Okay, and then if that is the case, you want us to left pad M with zeros.
Except we can't use left pad because that'll break the entire internet.
Yeah.
You remember that, right? That
yeah,
was
I
the
do. I do.
that was the library that broke the internet
Yep.
for a day.
Well, what's the easiest way to do this? Is just to we just get the difference and
Create an array of zeros that size, right?
then just I'm wondering, what do we have here? Isn't there anything we could work with?
JavaScript.
In that
Pad.
sort of
Pad. Left array.
normalize. Pad start. There is one. Pad start. Pad's the current string with a given string. So that the
Well,
result.
there you go.
So we don't need
It's
to
like
make
the
an array.
opposite, like the opposite of trim, right?
Pad start. You tell it how many you want, and you tell it the string that you want, the character basically. So, which would be a 0. So whatever number.
My IntelliSense doesn't show up when your IntelliSense shows up. Mine doesn't.
Oh,
So that makes you twice the programmer as me already.
which yeah, no, well, which maybe makes me like half the programmer you are. Thanks to
I doubt
IntelliSense. Okay, so we actually need that. So let's store it as a. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on. I think I just installed Prettier, but I didn't change the settings, so it's screwing up a little bit my indentation and stuff. Okay, that works. Good. So let's store the difference.
Length difference or something. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, length difference is better.
Whatever. I say whatever, but only because this is like throwaway code. But in reality, naming things is like the most important thing you can do.
Yeah. Okay, so then we can just check for if there is a length difference that is bigger than 0. And then we can use the length difference and add some zeros in there. Right. Okay. So we
Okay,
get that done.
so run this test for me. What does left pad do with or pad start do with a negative number?
What does with a negative number? Yeah, you're right. No, it won't have a negative number because we're checking that this code would
I'm
only
saying
run when it's bigger.
What would it do with a negative number?
Ooh, what would it do? Here's what I'm going to do.
Oh, you're going to use that little tool. What's
Yeah.
that little inline
Yeah.
evaluation thing
Yeah.
that you showed me the other day?
Will it work in LiveShare? That's the question. I have a feeling that it won't. I
I
just
wonder why LiveShare on your side would break it.
start on current file. Boom. Oh, when sharing outside read-only mode, the quellcode extension will execute code written by others on your computer. Send allow to continue executing quellcode during your LiveShare session. Yeah, good stuff.
So I'm going to upload a virus real quick while.
Please don't.
That's so good.
Please
I can
don't.
put the virus real quick. Yeah.
So you just want to see what it would do with a negative number. That's what you want to see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So pad start -2 x. Wait. And I actually need this to be a
String of some sort.
string. Yo. Okay. And let's see.
I'm guessing it'll just X wants a semicolon?
I think it's no, it's running. It's just that it's not adding the thing because it's a negative number, right? If I put
I'm just
one,
trying to see the result, and I saw something that said syntax error.
oh, it's probably getting hung up on this here. It's like, it's not working.
Yo pad start closest number source.
It should be adding X's to the beginning, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, so did we just break the
Max length. Oh, okay. It's not the actual length of the
Oh,
that you want
pad
to
the
add.
length of the
It's the
string.
yeah. So if we want it to
So
be
make
like
that a
4,
4.
it'll work. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay. So then we got to do length difference plus we're padding. Oh, we're padding M. We don't want to pad N. We're padding M, and we're padding
Oh,
M
we're
to.
padding in. Uh-uh.
Oh, actually, we just.
We want-
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Sorry. No, we're padding M, aren't we?
Well, the first one we're padding. Whichever one that is. Nancy, I'm pretty sure it's November.
November.
Is the first one.
Okay. And we need it to be the length of the other one, so we just do length, right? That would be it.
Yeah, if it's greater than 0, then it'd be the length of the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next.
Yeah, so did that inline thing work or not? It did, right?
It did. Yep.
So actually, can we do max? So in this case, if we did max between the two as opposed to the difference, if we just did max of n and m, and then just say in pad that to the max. If we're already the max, it won't pad it. If it isn't, then it will.
Smart. I like it. So we don't.
What's the math? What's math.max? And
That's math.max. It's the same thing.
it's the same, right?
Yeah.
I think it's say C#, same thing. Math.max.
So we don't need the if statement at all, is what I understand, right? And we can just do n, pad start, math.max between n.length and m.length. That's it. And but I'm not sure I'm clear on why we're padding n. N is the one we're trying to match, and it's bigger in our first puzzle anyways.
Yes, so we might actually, I think we need to pad both. So you might want to store the max. The reason if they're both the same, because we could prefix anything with a 0 based on my math classes, right? And doesn't change the value. If they're both the same, then we can go through them and just say left to right, right? This column to this column, and then say, give me the one that's the closest to this value, because the most significant digits are the ones on the left.
Okay.
So given all of our choices on the right, which one's closest to the digit we have on the left?
I think I follow you. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a single pass, probably, right? We can iterate through the array one time, but I may be wrong. Once we get down to some exception that we haven't thought about, which is guaranteed to exist.
No doubt. No doubt. All right. Okay. So we've got what we want. We've got an N, we've got a November and a Mike that are of equal length.
Yeah, okay. So now let's go left to right. If I've got the first number on the left is my target, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I just do a delta between the two, the closest one, right? So let's think about it. So I've got a 1 and a 9 on the right, and on the left I have a 2, right?
Yep. Let me
So
just bring that.
I don't have that test case up. I'm just making this one up out of my head.
Okay. Well, why don't we use the real?
Why don't we use
deal?
the real one? Okay, so we pad that 3841 with a couple zeros on the left. Let's see, 1 0 on the left. All right, and our first number is 9.
Yeah, so we're basically hold on. We're looking at 4 and 0, 3, 8, 4, 1. That's what we're looking at right here.
Yeah, so my next thought is sort the right. The right side doesn't matter what order they're in anymore. We're going to iterate over this array. So if it's a sorted order, then we can find things faster, right?
Sure. In terms of optimizing the code, I don't really give a darn at that point, especially not with something so small. But yeah, that is technically
I'm
true.
just saying, if we sorted it, then they would be. Now, should we sort them in ascending or descending order? I don't know.
Well, okay. So what's the next step, though? I'm not even sure I understand where you're going with this. So we'll be
on this, we're
comparing.
gonna start with the 9.
Yeah.
Right, and I just want what digit in this next thing is closest to 9.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's what you were saying. The delta between the. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see where this makes sense. Yeah. And then okay, but hold on.
Trick's going to be the next one. If we're gonna decide.
But then we're going to end up with this 4310. And now, how do we know that we can just drop the 0?
Yeah, we can't we? Because we can't even put that 0 on there.
Yeah. How do we know that that 0 is a fake? You know what I mean? Like that we just kind of.
Yeah, so we can't pad the M. Right? So if that's the case, then how do you get the left right? So we know the result's going to be the length of M. The final result's going to be the length of M. Oh. Okay, so 3481. And we don't have any zeros. So okay, so that if it doesn't have a spot, then you just have to put so it doesn't matter what this number is.
Yeah. So basically what we would have to do is.
So it's a blank.
Or we could yeah, it's a blank.
You could fill it with an X.
Yeah. Or a 0, as long as we know that. Well,
But it's a blank. It's a blank, really. So if you stuck an X in there. Right. The only reason why is we're trying to access this as an array with the same locations, right? Only reason why I'm trying to pad it is so when I iterate through the loop, I'm in the same location. Maybe that doesn't even matter. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah. So what do we want to do? Let's just talk through it. What do we want to do? We want to go through the second one. You're in location number 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are no 5s over there, so I don't care. I skip it. Right. So
which one are you talking about? In digit number 5 on which one? On the M or the N?
On the N. So the comparison we're trying to get the closest to is 9, and we can't.
Right.
So all we can really do is put a 0 in there, right? As we're populating, we're putting in a 0, right? Because we're saying, hey, we don't have a digit. We don't have anybody in that spot. Right? We know we don't have enough to fill that, so we put a 0 in there, right? So if the So if the index of the thing that we're on is greater than the length of the other one, then we fill it with a 0. So our answer, because we're going to trim, we can trim zeros off the beginning at the end, right? That's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
We just can't trim them off the end, right? So like you do your 84310, it should be 08431, right? Is what we'll
In
end
the
up
end,
with.
yeah, if that's the way we do it, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, so that would get us to that, and then we'd say, okay, give me the next. So then the next digit would be 4, and since the first digit we can't come to, it doesn't really matter what the heck it was anyway. So we just stick a 0 in there, and we're trying to get the closest. We're trying to get to the closest to 4. Except you can't, because we need to know. Yeah, crap. You need to know if you're greater than. You need to know if you carried 1 or not. All you care about is you're bigger than, or if you're greater than or less than. So after the first one, we know that our target, our initial one, 9 is greater than 0. So we need to maximize this number. Okay. So yeah, so it's just a question of maximize or minimize the next digit, right? Above or below, which is the thought you had originally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if we sort the array, we're always going to either pick the first one or the last one.
Is what I'm thinking.
Except when we have 3 states that we can be in. We're either too high, we're too low, or we're dead on.
That's right.
Yeah, so do we track a state, or what state we're in? We don't care about the difference. We just care about the 3 states, high, lower. Or maybe we do care about the difference, but I don't think so. High, lower, or on.
So
Okay, let's solve something.
yeah, because I'm not in your head, man. I need to. That's why I really like. You know what? I often find that the algorithm just kind of comes out when you just solve the test cases one at a time, even with like the dumbest way of doing it, and refactor as you go along.
Yeah. Okay, so we start then with what?
That my gut feeling would be if it's like if we're looking at this, we're smaller. Let's just sort this to be the biggest number, and we're done. Right? That would be the first thing I would do. I would go back to.
Okay.
I mean, afterwards
we
gonna.
did that. We did that in another problem, right? Find max number from a string, I think. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I did it. That
yeah.
one we were talking about the other day. I have one that says, "Give me the max number from a string."
But it's basically just sorting it. So here's I'll show you what I would do. And you tell me if it makes sense. This is the simplest thing I can think of that would solve it, kind of. So we're looking at n. If m.length is bigger than m.length, right? Then just friggin' return m. Oops. M. What? M dot sort. No. Hold on. I gotta turn it into an array first. So let's make array dot from.
Wow! Right now, the Twitch session is actually ahead of LiveShare.
Really?
I can't see you typing return array dot from anything right now on LiveShare.
Oh wow. That's interesting. Well, actually, that gave me time to think and remember that it's actually m dot split. I think splits a string into substrings. And return them as an array. That's right. Let's do that. There we go, and then we sort that. And it'll sort it in ascending order, I think is the default. We want the opposite to
It's the
that,
default.
so that would be A, B. We need to return -1, I think. So if A is
Oh, you passed in the sort
bigger than
sort
B
function. Yeah. Okay.
equals, or if A is bigger than B. Oh man, can never
That's
remember
it right
this
there.
one.
Just A greater than B. That's a boolean.
Yeah, but I think we need to return -1 or +1 for that function. Let me just pull up the.
That doesn't take a
I don't think it's a bool.
boolean.
I don't think so. Not the sort and the.
That's not a comparer, huh?
Okay.
Ray sort. I thought it was funny when Ardalis said, the guy on his Twitch session says, "What makes you such a great pro? You just Google everything."
That's That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a compare function, so it'll be okay.
That's
It's going to be 0, -1, +1 probably.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Doesn't say.
Except maybe it's just positive or negative.
Yeah. So there you go. I think compare function return A minus B. How's that gonna work?
Yeah, just A minus B. Or B minus A, whichever way you want to do it,
Yeah,
right?
that's if they're numbers, but we're dealing with strings.
You did a split, right?
Yeah, we're dealing with strings. Oh, I don't think that would work. Oh, but JavaScript coerces the type, I think. So if we were to do this, it would probably work.
Our TypeScript will tell us you can't do this to a.
Yeah, you probably.
What type? What does it tell me on the split? M split.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Does it give me an array of characters?
It does. It's an array of strings, and this is the the separator, which is nothing. So it's just going to give you a.
So you just have to cast.
Oh, that seems a little silly. I think it would.
Well, it's expressing your intent that I know is a string, but I wanted to treat it as a number.
True. I was just going to do. But yeah, why not? So let's cast it.
What were you going to do? What were our other options
I was just
here?
going to do, if it's bigger than this, then return -1 or return +1 or whatever. But yeah, sure. That's good. That's good. You're right. I think this is the way, right? In TypeScript. And then we're like, yeah, treat it like a number. And then it's saying, this isn't the right
Number.
syntax, you dumbass. Conversion of type string to type number may be a mistake. Yeah, see. Yeah, really.
Maybe a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's not.
It's not. What do we need to do?
Made-
If this was intentional, convert the expression to unknown first. What? Unknown? What?
Man, I've been slacking on my TypeScript. I've been doing so much C# first. Any wouldn't be unknown, right?
It says to convert it first to unknown.
Okay, so this is you're on the later version of TypeScript where I was, so maybe there is an unknown.
There is an unknown. Yeah, I never
You used to
use
cast
it,
everything
so-
to an any, right? But I didn't. The unknown didn't exist for me.
We could do that. Let's just do that. See what happens. Doesn't seem to be complaining. I mean, it's not very. You really shouldn't be using any, but
It should be. Okay, but if you cast an any and then cast it to a number, then what does it do?
how do I recast it? I gotta add like other. How does that work?
Just do the same thing you just did.
I wrap this over.
Is that how you do it?
I don't know.
That's ugly.
That is, yeah, that's really ugly. But so then I can probably just
TypeScript.
use the unknown. that they were
Cast
talking about. And
string to-
then I can actually do inside. No, hold on. Where would you put the parentheses there? If you wanted to recast this thing? Okay, you would need to. No, because it needs to wrap. We need to wrap this. Okay. So it's probably this. Hold on. Like
Okay,
that.
okay. So
And then
number, you should just be able to do number. Wait, where did your screen go? I lost you. You should be able to just do
there you
number.
go. That's how you do it. Okay.
But can't you just cast it? I mean, you're doing like the little chevron thing, but how does it?
That's-
you used to
that's the
just
way to
do it
cast
like a
it.
C#.
Oh, you can also
Yeah.
use as. I think when it's at the end, if you're doing, but I don't think I could just do as. But this works like, see, it's expecting, no, hold on. Yeah, okay. It's still telling me it's a string, but that's fine. It's, yeah, here's a way to test this. If I do this,
I don't know why I can't go straight to number, but
let A is of type string, and let B type string, and yeah, okay, let's just give them something. 1, 2. B. It's not a function. What did I do? Do you see any syntax error here, or? Oh, right, it was. I see what's going on. I've got one too many here.
one too many on the right. Looks like that red one on the end.
Yeah, already fixed. So.
Oh yeah, I'm lagging.
And then we would get. Let's do const foo equals that. Then what is it saying? Yeah, it's saying we're getting a number. So it's working. That's the way to do it, apparently.
Okay, what happens if you just typed? What does this do? So if I said const bar equals, can I just do number A? What does that do?
Well,
What does it
you're-
tell me?
you're
What does
giving it
your
a
little tool tell me?
string. It'll coerce it. It'll coerce it to. Oh, okay, you want me to show you what Quokka evaluates it to? Yeah, coerces it to a number.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you do that and just instead of saying
Instead
cast like that?
of. Yeah. Okay. It's not a bad idea.
I don't think TypeScript will bitch because it's saying you're
Yeah,
you're
it knows.
intentionally
You're
doing it.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You are right. And we're definitely expressing intent by doing that, right? So.
Yeah, I know it's a string. I want it to be a number.
Yeah. Good stuff. Let's do that. Oh, did I just move your cursor? How did I do that? Huh. Anyways.
I have no idea. It's acting funky on my side. You should see some of the stuff that's going on.
There we go. Okay. So return msplit, blah blah blah. What's going on? What's going on here? I've somehow
closing.
deleted a bracket there. So is that gonna work? It should.
Console that thing out. Print that thing.
Hold on. Let's do that.
Or you could use your little tool to
Yeah.
test it too.
I just need to run find what's it called? Find closest number. Let's just give it 13 and 1. Whoops, 1.
That little tool's kind of handy there, and
It is.
comes in handy.
I love it. Okay. What are we? we've got a syntax error somewhere.
Semicolon. Probably once your semicolon
No,
on
I'm
your.
missing a brace here. There we go. No? Yeah? Yep, okay. So it's
Live share is just giving up now.
it's giving me an array of 1. How can that be?
What do you have in it? What did you pass in it?
I
A and B, what are they set to?
uh
13 and 1, right?
oh yeah, sorry. Well, no, actually, because we're doing it on each character, so it would be
But M is the second number, so there's an array of 1. That's all you get.
oh yeah, sorry.
So,
Sorry. Yeah.
so
Hold
put some more in there for the
Oh man.
How do I get this thing to sort? There's only one item in
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
It's probably already sorted. I'm
No.
just guessing.
There you
All right, so now do we get an array of 5, I hope? Or a count of 5.
go. 4. Well, it's because you're lagging, but yeah. I
Oh.
just gotta invert this. B and A, and we'll get what we want. Yep. Okay. 7641.
So how long does it take 2 engineers to
Oh.
create a sort?
Oh.
After like 5 minutes or so on that.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, so that's good. We'll probably reuse that some. I'm thinking Quokka might be screwing up the live share for you though. So I'll stop it when we're not using it in the hopes that you'll get a better experience. Okay. Oh. Hey, Dropsy Bait, if you're still there. Someone was chatting.
Yeah, I see now. Doesn't give us a timestamp on our chat log.
No, that would. I think it does on Chatty though. Yeah, 6 minutes ago. 10:06. Yeah.
All right. So, okay, I don't know if live share is working now. So if we return this thing, one's longer than the other, so we sort it and turn it back.
Oh yeah, that's where we were. And so yeah, so technically we're returning the biggest number we can, and that should work. So
Yeah.
let's run the test. It'll work for the first one, but not the second one. But anyways, let's do it. Second one will be the other way around. So one
Yeah, so
failed.
the exact match is the third one, I think, right?
Hold on, pad start doesn't. Oh yeah, we don't want to do the pad start thing anymore.
We don't care anymore.
So let's get. Well, we might come back to that though. So I'll just comment them out. Okay, running the test again. Okay, so let's see. Oh, silly moi. I've got to turn it back into a string. I still have it as an array. So
Oh, yeah.
that would be, what's it called again? Join, I think. Join on no separators. I don't want any separators, so an empty string, I believe, would do the trick. Let's run the test again.
You avoid semicolons when can be avoided, right?
I do.
I'm
But
the opposite.
there.
I just don't
Boom.
feel like I'm done with a line and I put semicolon on it.
Okay. I've added some
Okay, now
semicolons for
live
you.
share is ahead of Twitch.
Okay, good, which is what we would want. So, okay, so the first one passed, and now the other one doesn't pass because, of course, we're not returning anything because it's the opposite, right? If we look at our second test case, we have a bigger M, we have a bigger mic than we do an N, so we just have to do the opposite here. So if it's the opposite, so let's just do it in here. Return, actually, just copy the whole thing like that, and then we switch our A's and B's around, right? And that should do the trick.
So now you'll pass 2, and then you'll fail the third one.
No doubt. But I think, though,
Well, because it won't return anything because the links are the same, right?
yeah. So that's
Oh, so it's gonna do the second one because you didn't use
I didn't do an
an else because you have a return in there.
That's right. That's usually how I like to do it. It passes. Don't ask questions. Just
Passes.
move on to the next text case.
Passes the first 2 or the first,
The first
3?
three. The first 3.
Okay, so we got lucky with
We-
the exact
Yeah. Right.
match, right? Well, it happens to be 1, 2, 3, doesn't it? So it's
Yeah.
sorted.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
But,
so the third. So we need to add a new test case.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. I'll do that. Or do you want to do it?
Let me see if I've got those open again here somewhere. Coding game test cases. We're gonna do exact solution with leading zeros. I think is our next one. Yeah, so you can go ahead over there, and I can put these in.
I'll watch you.
Copy and paste.
Yeah. Do you use a mechanical keyboard?
No. Microsoft ergonomic keyboard. I like it.
So you're typing with your hands like this? Is that what that means? Ergonomic? Like it's like sideways a little bit? Is that
It's not massive. It's not like the foldable ones where they collapse. Right. Oh, here, you're on video. This is what it's
okay.
like.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just minor.
Yeah, just
Minor
a little,
split.
Yeah.
But it has the biggest thing is that all the keyboards have those stupid tabs that you flip up to make the keyboard go like this,
Yeah.
which is exactly the opposite of what you want.
Mm-hmm.
This one has this has this riser on it here.
Oh. So you get
From
okay.
So it's the reverse. You want your hands to hang down in their natural state to type.
Right.
So I've been using this thing or a version of it for 20 plus years or so now. Yeah. I had carpal tunnel. I was getting carpal tunnel with the old one
Right.
a long time ago, and I was like, God, I was doing console apps and you were hit enter all the time, so your pinky's doing. So this solved the problem, and I've stuck with it.
It fails.
All right, so
It fails, but only because of the leading zero. So if we simply add an if there's a leading zero, drop it, we'll pass that test case.
okay, so then
You want to do it?
let's do that. Yeah, why not? We're just following the test case. Not a bad option, really.
That's usually what I do, and I find the algorithm kind of emerges as you're doing that, and you refactor a little bit as you go. And so you there?
Are you in the?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, do it. Add whatever we need to get rid of that zero if there's a leading zero.
Okay, so which one has a leading zero? We're returning a number.
Well, in every case, we want to get rid of a zero if there's a leading one. So we should have like maybe
So we should keep a result.
a trim, just a trim before, just after our join. Yeah, so a dot trim, I guess would work.
What do we return though? See, we're returning.
A string.
Yeah, but you're returning here.
In both places. You
Okay,
would
so
wanna
I guess
do
we
that.
could just do it right here. But I got a feeling I want a constant. I wanted. Yeah. So why don't I store the result and return a result instead of return this?
You want to store it in a variable?
I just think we're going to want to do more crap with it, so we're just trying to short
Probably,
circuit
yeah.
here.
Sure. Why not?
I think we're just short circuiting it, right? So
You can't help
what
but
I
thinking
do-
ahead, eh?
we didn't think ahead yet, but we're at the point now. It's like we have to trim it in two places, right? So why don't we just trim it
Sure.
in one?
Sure. It
Result.
does make sense, yeah.
It's a string, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then but this changes
That's
your
right.
logic a little bit.
That's why I try to avoid and there's
You
that's
like
just,
early-
yeah, it's just for style, but and you're right,
like
we're
early-
probably gonna use, so go for it, man. You're
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
oh yeah, no,
I've
I
been
think
wrong
you're right.
before. More than once today.
No, but on this
Okay,
one
so-
you're right.
We want this guy down here, right? And now
You don't want to return
oh,
it though, you want to, yeah, that's right.
Result's going to equal that guy, and then I'm going to return result. But before I do that, I want to result the other result.
Well, you could probably just oh yeah, okay, yeah. Because I think trim, I was going to say you could probably just return result trim, but
I think this is a new value.
You know what?
Because it returns.
I don't think trim is gonna. Let me quickly check the documentation. I think trim just deals with white space. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think you can pass it a. We'll find out. We'll find out in a second.
It's complaining about my.
Yeah, it's only white
tr-
space. You can't pass
trying
it
to
a
get-
parameter.
Oh,
So let's see.
there's no character. There's nothing that
Nope.
removes white space from the right end of the string. Well, that's worthless.
Yep, that's not what we want. So let's see. Includes index of link compare.
So what do I have to do? Right side. We don't know how many we have. We could have a bunch of zeros,
Yeah,
right?
we could. Okay, so
Why would I trim? And it was a leading zero anyway, so I'm trimming left, not the right.
that's right. There is
Yeah, but
no, that wouldn't work. That
So index of last index of oh crap. It's zero, but there could be a zero in it after.
yeah, yeah. No, it's gotta be.
So that doesn't work. First index of non-zero. Right. Nope, that doesn't work either. So what the heck? Simple little thing.
Okay. Well, we could use a loop.
Oh, for God's sake.
I know. If we do,
Okay. JavaScript. Remove character. Remove starting characters. We've got, what was it called? It was pad, right?
yeah.
It was
you mean
add.
for adding stuff to the beginning?
Pad in. Yeah,
Pad
it was
start.
pad in.
Pad start.
So there's
yeah.
like a antithesis of that pad, right?
Right. DAP.
What is DAP? Yeah. Opposite DAP.
yeah.
DAP.
String
not?
dot DAP.
Moving comma from string, remove a character from the start or end of a string in JavaScript. Yeah, let's see what this guy says. Somebody solve this for me. My string dot substring of 1. If you wanted to remove, say, 5 characters from the start, you just write substring of 5. Well, but I don't.
yeah,
I don't
but
know.
We need to
I don't
know.
know.
It's the finding of how many we need to.
Yeah, we know how to do that part. It's just like
It's probably
wanna
a
trim.
regex or something here.
JavaScript string slice.
Yeah, but again, it's the same problem. We need
matter.
to. We need to find.
Yeah. Remove the first character. Trim first, last characters in a string.
Split.
I keeps doing the substring. Well, we know that. We don't know where the heck.
Oh, starts with method determines whether a string begins with the characters of a specified string. No, that's not what we want. Well,
Yeah. Well, we could. If we loop through, it's just gonna be like if 0, then.
hold on. I know what we could do. I think I just remembered one that would work. Index of is that. What do we pass into that thing? That's a search value. No, that's not the one we want. I think find. But that's in the array though. What
Why
is
index
search?
of 0 would give you the first
Okay.
location 0.
Search method executes a search for a match between a regular expression and the string. Nope.
We don't want to use the regex if we we don't have to.
Yeah, hate that stuff. Includes no. Well, the equivalent, because we could always
For
do that
God's sake.
before we turn it into a string. The equivalent, if I look at the array, hold on. The array, I think it's find. Find will let you. No, that's also it's a function. Good. So we could use before we split it into a string, we could use a dot find on the array. Write a function that says find something that's not 0, and it'll return the first one. It'll return the first one. Returns the index of a found element in the array instead of its value. Blah, blah, blah.
So find is in here, and there's a way to say non-zero.
Well, if not equal
It's
to
not.
0, right? I'm pretty sure it returns the first one.
yeah.
Let me just.
Yeah, there's that. It's not find, right? Find is arguing with me.
You need to do. I'm not looking at what you're doing. I'm just reading the docs here.
I'm on the.
Let me see. No, that's
Result.
you need to do it on the array. So you would need to do it after
It is.
sort. After
We
sort.
probably don't. Yeah, so maybe this is the problem. Let's get rid of this.
Yeah, we could do that after.
Right, and then we result.join.
Well, actually, yeah, that's right. Get rid of the join.
Except the name sucks now.
Result array. Sure. Yeah.
Right? This should be able to let me.
Keep going with
Rename
that.
it,
I'm reading the just to make sure that it is returning the first one. Yeah, the value of the first element in the array that satisfies the provided testing function. That's what we need. It'll work. It's not super elegant, but
And then we can do a substring or.
yeah, that's exactly
Right.
exactly what we're gonna do. I think, anyways. Although, since we're dealing with the array, we could even do that before turning it into a string and just do a slice.
Okay, so this is array of what the heck is a character in TypeScript?
String. There's no character. It's all strings,
that's
man.
right.
It's a
Yeah,
string
this
of
is-
length 1.
Yeah. That's right. We only have JavaScript types here. We
Yeah.
don't have.
Well, we
characters.
can make our own types if you want. We can spend 15
can.
minutes making our own character type.
Okay, so now we do result join. We do that. So right up here before that, we could take this result array. Well, that would be this result here. Copy. Let's get back to where we were. Can I do type right here at the same time?
Yeah, you can. Oh no, you can't. Sorry, I wasn't. Yeah, no, you can't. You can't do that. Now
Yeah,
you
I can.
Now you can. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were trying to retype the result array. So yeah, if you're making a new variable, yeah, you can. There might be a bit of lag between
Okay.
what I'm seeing and what you're doing. I don't know.
Not much.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like. When I make my mistakes, you call them out pretty quick. All right, so now result equals, oh no, this is result array, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah. Although.
Hey, there it tells us work. Okay, so now that gives us the location, and then we have to take.
You
What
probably
do we
don't
do
need
here?
to reassign result array. I'm thinking you can just have you can probably just have this one line: return result array dot and a series of whatever operations we need to do on the result array to get it to the string we want.
Yeah, I'm halfway there. What is it? Zero position, and then how do I get to the end? Do I have to do the length?
No, the result array dot find doesn't take a string. It takes a function. So you need to write a function.
What is index of to give me? Oh.
Oh wait, what are we?
So I need.
You've got the.
Are we trying to use?
Here.
Which one did you decide we want to use? Find.
Yeah, and then. That's right. Just basically. Well, you need a parameter in that.
Some parameter.
Yeah.
X.
Sure.
And
so
X dot.
Does not equal.
X does not equal, yeah.
0. Yeah.
And this is actually 0.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that.
So I think
and then this is still going to be like result. If I'm using the right function, result array dot.
You got a comma instead of period there. I don't know if that's what you, unless I'm missing something. Oh, it's okay. Your slice. You don't need to pass it in. I don't think so for slice. You just if you just pass
the location, it splits.
The location, and it'll just split it there.
Okay, what's it complaining about?
I don't know. Hover over. Oh, we've got 1, 2. You've got maybe a parentheses too many, a closing parentheses too many. Yeah, I think so. Oh, but there's
it's complaining about the inner parentheses on find.
Let me see if I can.
X does not equal.
String or undefined is not assignable to. Oh yeah, okay. Because it might not find something that is, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that it'll find something that's not a 0. So it's saying, well, what then?
Yeah. So it's a string or undefined. In this case,
I mean, we could coerce
treating it as a string,
know,
so it could be undefined.
We know it's going to get.
Okay, so it's basically telling me is that you break it down one more step, right?
I hear you typing, but I don't see.
And then
anything.
we can say what then.
It's not updating for me right now.
Yeah, who knows? Your screen's yours the machine that actually matters. Mine doesn't. I just pull out the find into another variable is what I'm trying to do.
Let me see if there's an error or something. Oh, okay. It just, wow. That was like watching on fast forward.
That's a little laggy, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, so slice, what are the params on slice? It's just the location of where I want to slice, right? So if I slice at 0,
yeah. It'll just return a new array.
Right. It's still complaining. Oh, because it doesn't know what the hell X is, right?
Oh, it's lagging right now. Like even your video on Skype is, okay, we're back. There's a bit of lag.
Oh, it's terrible lag because then string is not assignable to type, number, or undefined. Find returns the index, right? So it's going to return a number or undefined.
That's right.
So it has to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that could be this. That's what it's saying.
No, I don't think you can use that in a const in a variable declaration. I don't think you can use that. It's only for parameters in a function.
Types can only be used inside documentation comments. That's what it says for me. I'm like, I don't think so. Types X is declared, but its value is never used. What it's complaining to me about right now.
Yeah, this is your problem here. You can't do that. That's not valid TypeScript.
Why not?
It only works in function parameters.
Oh, it's valid TypeScript. It's a nullable number. It's valid.
Schnat, wanna bet? You had it right. This is what you need to do.
It's supposed to be the same or that or undefined. It's the same, isn't it? It's
It only
just like
only works.
Sugar, I thought.
Yeah, no, but it only works in parameters, in function parameters. So you're right. You can do this, right? Boop. That would be valid. Hold on.
Oh, so I did it in the wrong spot then. No, it's the.
Oh, where did you put it?
I put it after number, so it's the question mark. X goes here.
Oh, that could
Nope,
work.
don't like that either.
I've never. Well, because we've got. Let's see.
Oh, for God's sake! I only wrote this stuff every day for like 2 years. TypeScript, const,
Implicitly is an
null
any type.
number.
I've never seen this done. Honestly, I don't think it's valid TypeScript. Not in a variable.
You can pretty much tell anything to be of a type, one thing or the other. Tell me. Okay, whatever.
I could be wrong, but I've never seen it. I've never seen the question mark used anywhere except in a function parameter.
Undefined, that one.
Yeah, that'll work. Should anyways.
No,
What's it complaining
Maybe.
about now?
I don't know.
What's it saying? Type string undefined.
String or undefined.
Oh,
Also, find. What does it return?
wait. Find returns. a
Returns the
string?
value of the first element in the array
Oh,
where
it's
predicate
the value.
is true. Oh, I don't want
Damn.
that. So this needs to be index of.
But
No.
index of doesn't take a function. There is one that takes a function and will
Find index.
find index.
That's it.
That's right.
There it is.
Okay.
IntelliSense is working on my side, so I can become intelligent. Without it, Intel lack. Okay, so there, finally, you get a stupid number, right?
Yeah.
Now, what we want to say is this, and then we could just go down here. I think slice, if I pass in a 0, gives me the whole thing back, right?
I think so
Doesn't-
too. Yeah. That's basically like
So-
copying the array.
Yeah. So index. Let's do const index, I guess, which is equal to a number, which is equal to x, which we need a better name for. X equal x equal. No, I can just do x. If x, then what is it? What's my coalescent? Then give me x, else give me 0. Did that work? God. Amazing. Right? Phew, your turn. Okay. So, did I actually get the stupid thing gone? I don't know.
We're slicing the array. What are we doing here? Okay.
Take it from that index on, right? Beginning of the specified portion of the array returns a section of the array. But I want the end. Right? I want the end. So I think I have to do.
Well, that's what we're getting. The index is the end. What you need
Yeah,
to do
but I
is
think
zero.
it's-
What you need to do is
It
zero,
takes the first half.
comma, index minus 1.
Does it take 2 parameters
Yep.
to give me a
Start
slice
and
out of
end.
the middle, right? It's just about like the span version in C#.
Oh, actually, it's not
Which-
slice we need to use. We need to.
Splice.
We need to. Oh, hold on. It depends how you want to do it. No, we probably should use slice. We probably should use
Slice takes a
Yeah,
half, doesn't
it'll
it?
just take whatever we want. It'll just drop the zeros basically. So, but let's see, slice, start.
So it
if
says
on- yeah,
start.
yeah. So you just index is fine. That's all you need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, my bad.
All right, start going. All right, so I had it right. Okay, so
Yep.
this should be right. At least the array should be right. Okay, so if we had a 1, it would move to it's 0 base, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gets rid of the stupid zeros. Okay, did the test pass? This should be running right now because I do the join after and return the result.
What are you doing? Result array, the join. Yeah, so let's run the test and see if how badly we might have messed this up.
Screwed up everything else, yeah.
Ah, it works. It works.
Holy crap!
All 4 of them
Hey,
pass.
miracle.
Good stuff.
4 of them pass.
Good stuff.
Okay.
So this might be a good time for us to stop because I have a meeting at 11.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Steve.
I've already gotten my nap in and
You're
everything.
all well. We can go for another 10 minutes. So you want to do that?
Okay, 10 more mintes. Yeah, let's get to
do
the
it.
next test case
Okay.
real quick. The next test case is
Yeah, because I need 10 minutes to get to my meeting, so that'll be fine. Okay.
oh, you have to drive then too.
Yep. But it's close
Okay.
by, so it's not a problem.
Solution with leading zeros, we pass. Same number of digits is greater than n. Okay, so where's our test cases here? Copy and paste, and then come up here and window paste and pick the other one that I had in my clipboard already, which is so glad that they added that feature, by the way,
Oh.
in Windows.
How does that work? I don't even know about that.
Instead of Control V, hit
Yeah.
Window V, and it'll show you the things that have been on your clipboard, so you can pick the other one.
That's
dots.
amazing. Turn on, please. Thank you. I guess it uses a bit of like. How much history does it
Build
have?
this- build the stack. I don't know. I've never go down that far.
As long as it
I've never.
mess
never
with your
tested it.
system's memory too much.
Oh God, it's not going to be.
Okay.
Oh heck, have you ever copied and pasted an Excel spreadsheet? I mean, it's massive. So you got tons of memory available. It'll tell you that at a certain point. Okay, now run.
Run. By your command.
So this is going to say the length is going to be the same, so it's not going to do anything. So we're going to just basically not work.
So we're receiving 1447 and we're expecting 44710.
Yeah. So we get length is the same. We get the length of this, and if it's not that, then we're doing the other way around. We actually need. So we've got the other direction. So this needs to be an else if. Right. And then I would it's just probably we should just subtract the damn thing, right? And if less than 0, but whatever. This way maybe a little bit more readable. So we need to implement this guy, right? So what do you do? Which is this is the real challenge,
Yeah,
right? These
yeah.
two are easy. This is the real challenge. So what do we do here if they're the same?
Mm-hmm. Well, if they're the same, we start on the left side. We first check if we have a matching number.
So we don't have to worry about the padding. See, I was premature of that because
Yeah.
these two other exceptions eliminate the padding. So
right.
now we already know they're the same.
Yeah. So I would say we start on the left. We look at November. We look at the leftmost character. We see it's whatever that is, 4, I think. And then we look at our mic and see if we have a 4. If we do, great. That's what we shove in there. But
So
not necessarily
just-
though, because it needs to be.
We need to know. We need to know if we are. What state are we in? But this is the tri-state thing that I was going for prematurely. Was yeah. So if I call a function and then extract this out to say like closest or something, right? But I think that's what we name this, right? Find closest number. Be like, really find closest number now. Find the hard closest number. All right, so it's going to be, we have some sort of state.
How would you determine the state though? Like, how would you determine whether you would sort it, or you'd sort it?
Well, we need to know high, low, or high, low, or dead on, right? Of the previous digit, right? So the left one. Okay, so let's just say left for fun, right? Left is equal to and yeah. Const left, I want it to be a number in this case because I'm going to do comparisons on it, right? And that's going to be in. We're going to do 0 first because we're not optimizing, we're not thinking ahead. We're just trying to get the thing we want first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the left one. This is going to be the right one. Oh, I don't care about that yet. So now I'm going to say in 0, and I want it to be a number. So I coerce it to number like we did before, right? Okay, no, he's not complaining, except for the fact that it's unused. Right? And now...
Here, I'm going to paste the test case we're working on right here. It'll help.
Okay, so then... yeah, well, I still think we should just sort im on the right, but nonetheless, we're going to go find... What could we do? What could we do? We could find...
Uh,
I guess, and I think you're out of time. You have to go to your meeting.
oh yeah,
But
2 minutes.
I think we have to do a loop here, right? So, and we're just going to do the absolute value of this digit, the left digit minus whatever the heck we have on the right side. So for each.
We
Oh,
could
how do you do that?
also, this is how my brain works, right? Instead of solving the algorithm, why don't we just use a brute force? Just throw random numbers for like a few seconds and see what comes out. Just try different like permutations randomly until you find the one that is the closest to what you're trying to get.
So
That's probably not the right way to solve it though, but it would work.
you mean just randomly?
Well, I wouldn't
Turn around
I wouldn't
the
do
number?
it randomly. I would do a like a hill climbing thing, or it could even be randomly because there are not a lot of numbers. But it's just no, I don't think that would be a smart thing to do.
I still think if we're here, we the first thing we do is we take m and dot sort the sucker, right?
Yeah, it'll make it if we sort it. But the thing is, we don't know that we're higher, or if we're higher or smaller. If we're bigger or smaller.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. At least I can traverse the array, right? So I'm going to go down through. I'm looking for 0. I'm going to look for 0. If I can find 0, then I put it in. If I don't, then I'm going to take whichever one was next to it.
But why would
Right.
why would you do that? What's the
I want to be the closest to the left. I want to be closest to the left I can be for that first number. Right. So out of your test case, out of all these numbers, there's a 4.
Yeah.
So there's a 4 in here. So I'm going to take that because the difference between a 4 and my number is 0. So I'm going to take that.
Yeah,
Right.
the problem with that is that sometimes to get the closest number.
On the first one. On the first one, because my state going into
On
this
the
first
very
one
first
would be
one, no, even then, because
state is equal to
okay, I'll give you an
exact.
example. What if we had the choice to make, so, okay, we're looking at 45. So what if it was the closest we could possibly get was actually 39480, whatever, who cares, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, there is a 4 in there. There is a 4 in there, but if we use that 4, it would be like, so if we did and ended up with like 4 3 8 0 9, whatever, you understand, this is actually closer to our number. Oh, it isn't, but well, I just didn't give a good example, but do you understand what I mean? Like, it's a possibility that with the digits that we have, the closest number we can get is actually not the same. It's like a digit under or a digit over. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. So I have the most significant digits. So if yeah, okay, we're definitely out of time now. It's 9:52.
It's true. I really have to go.
Yes, you've got a jet. All right, man. So then
that was fun.
Maybe tomorrow we play a little bit more.
Yeah. Would you be available?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Wait, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I'm doing my own session from 1 to 2 that day. But yes, let's try it.
Okay. Well,
let's try it.
Yeah, you're gonna go to bed right now, so maybe when you wake up, just hit me up on Slack, and we'll see if we can coordinate.
Okay. All right, man. Cool.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye.